Welcome back to The Lines You Don't See, our very special podcast on calligraphy. First of all, it's great to be back in San Antonio. You guys you are the most beautiful people in all of the hill country. I mean that, I really do. I am your host, TUSTIN JIMBERLAKE. And I've got a very special guest today. It's true. It comes all the way from other places. Louie Hughwis Jr.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I appreciate it. It's great to be here. I've studied calligraphy my whole life.
Right, it's always been a passion for you, huh?
It's been a passion since I was a wee lad. Like, I was born, and then I was like, calligraphy was my first word.
Your first word, you don't say.
First word was calligraphy.
What was your second?
Fuck.
Oh.
We're Irish, you know?
He's definitely Irish. But you had a humble beginning.
I did. I was just a wee boy, just roaming the Shire. As we do.
Oh, the beautiful shires.
As we do in Ireland.
Beautiful shires of Ireland.
Beautiful shires of Ireland. And, as I would roam around and see the signs, and they were just plain boring. Just boring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I thought, you know what would make this great? Calligraphy.
And so that started you off on, you were a bit of a graffiti artist.
I was. They called me O Banksy.
I was going to say. Not to be confused with the other, the more popular.
The American ripoff? No. I did it first.
But you covered the countryside with script that was so detailed, so floral, so beautiful that nobody could read it.
It was. Not only because it was so beautiful, but it was written in Gaelic.
Right. With funny little pictures of shapes and fairies.
It's just weird.
As you will in Gaelic.
Yes, like my mum saw it and was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Don't worry about it, Mum. Just read it."
But she disowned you.
She did. Immediately when I told her that.
She kicked you out at the age of 6.
6 years old on the streets, just writing on everything. As the Tuffians would.
Yes, you were considered one of the first Tuffians.
I was.
You coined that phrase.
I did. I wrote a picture of it too.
And here it is. It's so beautiful.
It is. Do you see the scar?
Yes, I see the scar.
You see the blood?
I see the blood. I see the leprechaun. I see the little butthole.
You see where I put fuck up on top?
It's quite clear, yeah. What do you call that one?
That one?
Yeah.
Fuck Tuffians. Not to be confused with the McTuffians.
No, of course. Oh. The less said about the McTuffians, the better.
Yes. Agreed.
I feel like if we talk about them too much, our accents will change.
Oh dear. They can't have that.
No, can't have that.
No.
I can't have that. So we'll jump in age. So that was at the age of 6.
6.
And you moved on.
You
moved to the States.
I did. I moved to the most Irish place I could think of. Kansas.
Yeah. Everybody knows the most Irish place in all of the United States. Kansas.
I mean, it's in their motto is like Kansas, the Ireland of America.
Oh, yes. Believe it's on all their license plates.
It is. They've got very short people. They've got a lot of green.
Right. And they accepted you right away.
They did. They immediately.
Until the twister came.
Until they thought I brought it.
Right. And then really their opinion of you turned on a dime.
Immediately I told them, no, the only thing we have in Ireland is famine.
Very superstitious people in
And they said, no, you've got leprechauns, you've got tornadoes. And I was like, no, we don't have tornadoes. I've never seen a tornado.
Right. Never been a tornado on the Isle.
No, but in Kansas, apparently there's plenty.
So they tarred and feathered you.
Oh, tarred and feathered.
Age of 7.
Oh, it was a rough 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Disownment and tarred and feathered.
They took their time tarring and feathering.
Oh, it was a week-long process.
Right. Yes. You still got the scars.
I do. Tar doesn't come off.
But you've also got emotional scars.
I do.
Emotional scars from your time later on. When you finally hit it big in New York City. It was you and Basquiat for a while. They're running neck and neck for greatest graffiti artists.
Until I killed him.
Until you killed him.
Until I killed him.
People thought it was a drug overdose, but that was 100% Louis Hughwis.
No, it was. You know,
Take a step by step.
Well, you know, he and I we were rivals, and I thought, you know what would make us not rivals? If you were dead.
Worked like a charm.
It did. Oh, I see what you did there. So I just we went out by the water in New York, the New York water.
Famous for their New York water.
Yes, and I was like, let's go for a swim.
Oh, is that how you did it?
Yeah, and he said I don't swim, and I was like, you don't have to. And then he just wasn't there anymore.
And that's where you're taken under by Andy Warhol.
Yes.
And he groomed you for a while, didn't he? I mean...
No, you're right.
It means something different than Irish.
No, he did both. It was terrible, yeah. It was the most dreadful. But by that time, I was 19.
Right.
I was 19.
Free and clear.
19, I was a grown person. And I made my own choices.
Like
And you know what? If I want to dump soup all over myself, so you can paint a picture and then just be like, it's a can, so be it.
Don't judge, San Antonio. Don't judge. It's a bad look.
He told me I was his Campbell's. I don't mean that in a gross way. I don't know.
I don't know how you could mean that in a gross way, quite frankly. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's, but that makes me, so that happened at 19. That makes me, I'm quite old, aren't I?
You're very old.
Oh dear.
I'm not going to do the math. I don't want to shame you. But you look great.
Well, thank you.
You look great.
It's my young Irish blood.
It's your young Irish blood. Speaking of young Irish blood, I'd like to pay attention to our sponsor today.
Oh yes, our
Our sponsor today. Aunt Betsy's Itch Ointment.
Use it every day.
That's right. If you've got an itch, you get out of the shower and you're like, I'm just not clean enough. And throughout the day, you find your hand creeping down into your pants. What you gonna do? Aunt Betsy's Itch Cream, Itch Ointment.
Yes.
It's really the best itch ointment on the market.
I love the slogan, don't scratch it, rub it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
You don't
great.
scratch. You don't want to scratch. You want to rub it in.
Don't scratch it, rub it.
You really got to get it in there.
Just rub it, smack it up, flip it, rub it down.
Oh no! Oh no! We can't go there. That's some copyright infringement.
Oh, that's right.
So we jump forward. You're in a 10-year relationship with Charlize Theron. Things are going well.
They were great.
You were at the top of New York high society.
Oh, they're great.
And then it all came crashing down.
Crashing down.
And why?
You draw the wrong thing on the wrong place, and just bad things will happen.
I mean, I don't want to shame you any more than I already have. But the thing you drew, you knew it was offensive, didn't you?
Well, I mean, yes. But I did it anyways. Who's going to judge me? You can't censor me. I'm the Irish Banksy. Old Banksy is what they called me.
They can't censor you unless you include painting over it and then arresting you as censorship.
There was more, just repercussions for my actions.
It was so personal too. So personal.
Look, you know, you go to Rockefeller Center, you find the Christmas tree, and you just draw a giant penis tree instead. On top of the Christmas tree.
Which is hard enough to do.
It was difficult.
Very. I mean, there was a lot of really fine detailed work.
It was. A lot of vein work. A lot of just, I mean, oh, you so much purple.
So much purple. So much purple.
It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done,
Was
if
it
you
the
know what I
hardest thing
mean.
you ever did?
The hardest.
The hardest thing you've ever
The
done.
hardest.
The hardest.
It was a stiff challenge, but I was up to it.
God bless you. You hold close to your ideals.
I do.
This
I do.
one- And Charlize left you.
She did immediately. Immediately. Who knew that drawing a giant penis tree on top of a real Christmas tree would cause a very, very successful, attractive person to just go, no, I'm done with you. Who knew?
And then she won the Oscar.
She did. I like to think I inspired her.
I'm pretty sure she was thinking of you while filming Monster.
More than likely.
Probably. But now we bring it back for full circle. You're teaching classes.
I am.
How's that going?
You know.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, community college salaries aren't what you expect them to be.
Right. Of course.
What do you expect them to be?
What do I expect them to be?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like they're very important parts of the society. I would feel like, every community college professor would earn in the range of 7 to 8 figures easy.
Of course, that's what I get. Yeah, but it's just not enough. I got used to the Charlize money.
Oh, yes. You're still living that Charlize lifestyle.
You know, once you've been Theron, that's it.
That's the end of it. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. But now you're dating.
I am.
You're dating.
I am.
And it's definitely not one of your students.
So, we can talk about the penis tree again if you want.
You want to talk about the penis tree? Well, you did try to do a comeback and do a sequel to it, as it were. A lot of artists don't think about doing sequels to their artwork. They really should. They really should. Imagine if there was I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a famous painting now. Imagine if Whistler did a sequel to Whistler's Mother.
It could be Whistler's stepmom.
Right?
Who knew?
How great would that be? But you did a sequel to Christmas Penis Tree.
I did.
And that was very poorly received.
It was. If you thought it was bad putting penises on a tree, Christmas at Rockefeller Center, put them on the Statue of Liberty. You'll get a much bigger reaction than you wanted.
Yes.
And not in a good way.
No, they shipped you back.
Yeah, they did.
You finally went back to your homeland.
They did. I finally got to go back to Ireland.
Ireland.
Or it could just be me.
It could just be you.
Louis Hughwis Jr.
Louis Hughwis Jr. And with that, how is the life there?
You know, it's great. I married my cousin.
Oh, congratulations.
That was a good Irish wedding.
Oh. Everybody showed up.
Yeah, of course. It's all family. I mean, it's Ireland.
There was none of that awkward meeting each other for the first time.
No.
Of course.
No, she's 30 years older than me.
Oh, is she?
She is. I mean, God knows how old she is.
Once again, not going to do the math.
No, I wouldn't either. But, I appreciate you bringing me here.
Ah, well, you're welcome. What do you want to have to tell the lovely San Antonio audience? Let's give it up for San Antonio.
Oh yeah, San Antonio.
San Antonio audience. What is the biggest lesson you've learned from not only your life, but from calligraphy?
That's what we were talking about.
Aunt Betsy's itch ointment. Any one of those.
I've learned a lot. I mean, we've got to wrap it up. So
Yeah, we got to wrap it up. That's the wrap it up music.
And that's why you use Aunt Betsy's itch ointment. So, in case you forgot to wrap it up.
Fair enough. Thank you, San Antonio.
Thank you very much. You have a great evening.
Thank you. Have a lovely night. Thank you.